We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Very welcome everyone. Once again we are meeting for the third session of the finite element analysis example. Yesterday we learned the conventional method. Today we have to learn potential energy method. Before starting the potential energy method, we have to recall again the yesterday session. Let's start. So we need such pen things, and this is the most important relation between the displacement, strain and stress. Already we learned yesterday. Again the element stiffness matrix standard formula, elementary approach as well as the element stiffness matrix, and reaction forces formula and stress. So important terms already we learn. Then this formula we learn in conventional method. So today we have to learn another same example we solve by the another method. So now we have to show the conventional principle. So conventional principle, let's start with the same example. Again we read out the same. An axial stepped bar is as shown in the figure. It is subjected an axial pull of the 50 kilonewton. So here we already mentioned that main element in the round element 1, 2 and 3, as well as we indicate the force is equal to 50 kilonewton. If the material of the bar is uniform and has the modulus of elasticity 200 gigapascal, same formulation is there. Determine the displacement stress of each of the section. Use the 1d per element. As we observed yesterday, the same formulation is there. Here the one particularly fixed one side is there, and this is the particularly 1d per element in the form of the conventional principle. So here in the conventional principle, have a look here. Have a look here. This is the one diagram is there. It is the form of the spring formula. So this spring formula will be utilized. We can utilize for the various purposes. Okay, and here you can observe that the particularly stiffness is indicated samely in the K1, K2 and K3 manner, and F is there. So this is our standard element. So this is the first step of our FEA. It is a discretization of the body. Here we are discretized body in the form of the spring, and which is utilized for our example purpose. So let's start with the detailing. Now the first we have to learn that the solution of the conventional principle, same figure we are here observing there. So first we have to find out the element stiffness matrix K1, K2 and K3. Here we have indicated K1, K2 and K3. How we can find out? Let's see here. This is the given value. K1 is already given in the diagram 300 mm, A2 is equal to 200 mm, A3 is equal to 1900 mm. Here we are taking E1, E2 and E3 is the same 200 gigapascal. Yesterday we already learned. L1, L2, L3 is the respective length is there. Now first we have to find out the K1 with the standard formula A1 E1 upon L1. So let's start first. This is the first round K1 is there, and we have to search out. So it is as per when we are putting the value 300 into 200 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 200, Here we are cancelling 200 so 3 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. So here we are find out the individual stiffness matrix of the first element. So now similarly we have to find out for the second element and the third element. For second element we have to find out K2. So here if we are putting the value of E2 upon L2, so now what is the answer? Answer is 1 into 10 raised to 5 kilonewton per mm. Now let's see similar for the K3. So K3 you can observe the value. The value is 90 into 200 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 300. So length is vary, each and every step the length is vary, that's why the answer will be vary. So here we can find out 0.6 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm. 0.6 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm. Let's see here. So this is the individually stiffness for element number 1, 2 and the 3. Now we have to find out the next step. It is a global stiffness matrix. Let's start with the global stiffness matrix. So here before so we have to find out the displacement at each and every place. So as we learn that as per the Kirchhoff law we have to find out that we have to do such kind of formulations. So this is the formulation for the parallel kind of conventional principle. So 1 upon k dash means k dash we have to find out. So 2 spring first k1 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2. So let's see, we are starting with the first. To find out such thing we have to find out q2. We know that why we are find out the q2 and q3. So q1 is the already 0 at particularly due to the fixed point. So that's why we want to find out the stress as first node, stress at second low. For that purpose we are searching out this thing. Let's start. So here we are putting the value of force 50 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 3 into 10 raised to 5. Already we are find out K1. So as per that the value of Q2 means displacement at node number 2 will be the 0.167 mm. So we can find out Q2 is here, okay, at node number 2. Similarly for same purpose we have to find out the stress, and for find out the stress we are putting the value of F by A1. So 50 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 300. So answer is 166.667 Newton per mm square. So this is the particularly answer at the stress. In the previous method we find out the stress up to end of the steps, but here we have to find out each and every stress as well as displacement at particularly node in between. So now we combine both K1 and K2. Here first we are find out for the first one. So now to find out at node number 3, here is the Q3, but Q3 is equal to K dash, and for find out the K dash we are formulated parallel system. 1 by K dash is equal to 1 upon K1 plus 1 upon K2. So we are putting the value of K1 and K2 as per the previous formulation. So here we have to find out K dash is equal to 75000 Newton per mm. Now we are putting same value in the Q3 and we find out Q3 is equal to 0.667 mm. Now we are substitute Q2 same value for stress at particularly node number 2, but it will be particularly at node number 3, because here for node element number 1 it is sigma 1, it is here sigma 2, and we will find out sigma 3 parallelly also. So here we can find out the value of stress to F by A2 is equal to 5 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 200 is equal to 250 Newton per mm square. So have you understand? Again I am recall it. First of all we are find out particularly displacement for the element number 1 and particularly node number 2. So here we find out the displacement Q2, and for whole element number 1 we can find out the stress. Okay, now in the second step to find out displacement at Q3 means at node number 3 we have to combine K1 plus K2. So that's why we are formulate as per the Kirchhoff law and as per the parallel conventional principle, 1 upon k dash is equal to 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2. Already this thing I am explaining during the theory time. Okay, so here we have to find out q3 and sigma 2. So this is now for k, here we want to find out q4. When we are taking a q4, we have to combine k1, k2 and k3, all three stiffness matrix. So here the global stiffness matrix is changed as per the different nodes, and we have to combine it. If we are taking a first element, then only one stiffness is required. If we are find out at 3 number node, then we have to combine k1 plus k2, and when we are find out for the node number 4, at that time we have to combine all stiffness 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2 plus 1 upon k3. So let's see, we are putting the value of all three stiffnesses and we find out k double dash is equal to 33333.333 Newton per mm. Now same value we are putting to find out the q4, and here is the final value is 1.5 mm. So here we can find out displacements as well as stress individually at node number 2, node number 3 and node number 4. If I am asking you why it is not available at node number 1, then we simply answer that at node number 1 it is the fixed cantilever beam. So here is the fixed support is there. When the fixed support is there, at that time q1 is equal to 0, and at that place we cannot find out any stress because this is the node, this is not a element. If we have the element, then we can find out the stress. Clear? This is the most important things that we have to know during the example time. Okay, so we are completed our first example. If you have any query, you can ask me directly on my WhatsApp number. You can ask me in comment, you can mail me, or you can contact me. Let's start next example. We are taking similar example of the potential energy method. Now let's see. We have one example. Data is a stepped metallic bar with circular cross section consists of two segments. So here we have the two segments are there, two steps are there. The first segment is length of the 350 mm and its cross section area is 275 mm square. The second one has a length of 250 mm, has cross sectional area 175 mm square. So here they are giving data in the particularly in the data. Here they are not giving the any kind of figure, so we have to generate this figure by ourselves. So as per diagram, again I am repeated first two line, a stepped metallic bar with circular cross section. So I am preparing such diagram. I am putting the value of 350 mm length is first, 275 mm cross section area, so it will be cross section area we will write down at the center of the particularly beam. Samely for the second section, and here the another thing, assume the modulus of elasticity to 200 gigapascal. So here E1 is equal to E2 is equal to E. If they have said that both metallic bar has a different material, then the property of E1 and E2 will be the chain. So here is the same material, that's why E1 is equal to E2 is equal to E. Now in one end of the bigger segment is fixed, and if axial tensile force acting on the free end of the smaller segment is 700 kilonewton, fine. So we have to find out the three things. First is the, so as per given in the last line, our force at particularly end in tensile force is 700 kilonewton. So we have to find out these three things. First is the nodal displacement using a global stiffness matrix. So nodal displacement is a nothing but q1, q2, okay, and q3. q1 is the 0, q2 is something is there, and q3 is something is there. That we have to find out. So q2 and q3 we can say that it is a question mark. Then elemental stresses. So we have to find out stress number 1 and stress number 2. Here we have the two stresses, two elements are there. That's why we have to find out the two stress 1 and stress 2. Now C is the support reaction. So we have to find out R. So where R will be there? R will be always there at particularly fixed support. So here is the fixed support at node number 1. So that's why it is the, we have to find out support reaction at particularly this node. So as per given, we can say that A1 is 275 mm, E2 is 175 mm, E1 is equal to E2 is equal to 200 gigapascal. We are converted to 100 gigapascal into the Newton per mm square. So 200 into 10 raised to 2 Newton per mm square. Length is already given 350 mm and the 250 mm. Let's start. First step. Also here, if we are discussing the element connectivity, then we can say that easily. This is the important for the local degree of freedom when we are find out the K1 and K2. So at that time, element number 1 is start from the node number 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 is the second element. Let's see, the diagram is there. This is the first step, as we know, discretized body. So this diagram we will utilize for the purpose to find out the formulation. Let's start. So now first we have to find out K1 and K2 as per the previous example. So for element number 1 we have to find out E1 open L1, but here we can directly write down E because E1 and E2 both material are the same. So that's why E1 E open L1. So let's see, we are putting the value of AE on L. So we have to find out some value 157.143 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square. So now for find out K1, so value is vary from, this is the final value. So value is here for the first element, it is start from the 1 to 2, 1 to 2. So when we are find out the global stiffness matrix, we are putting the comparison 1 1 2 1 1 2 and 2 2. So similarly we have to find out the value for the element number 2, and it will be a 140 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm. So let's see, we are putting the 140 in the inside the box, and this is the final. So here you can observe that here we can write down the 2 to 3 because element number 2 vary from 2 to 3 number node. So 2 to 3, 2 to 3. So 2 to 2, 2 3, 3 2 and 3 3. This value we will already put in the final global stiffness matrix in the next step. So next step is the to assemble the global stiffness matrix. So here we have the 3 nodes 1 2 and 3, similarly 1 2 and 3. So we have this answer is already available, this one and this one. We are putting both the value. How we can put, yesterday I am not explaining properly because due to the presentation problem. Let's see, 1 1. So we are putting the value of 1 1 here, then 1 2 here, 1 3 here. If 1 3 is not available, you can observe here 1 3 is not available, 1 3 is not available, we can write down 0. So here first we observe the value. Now let's see how it can come. 1 1 157.143, we can directly put it. Okay, then 1 2 1. So 2 1 is equal to minus 157. So I can put in, this is the 2 1, but here is the 3 1. 3 1 is not there, that's why I can write down 0. Now 1 2 1 2 is the minus 157.143. I am right indicate here. 2 2 is 2 place, 2 2 and here is 2 2. So that's why we are summation it 2 2 here 157.143 plus 140. So here is the 2 2 is combined is means we can adding, and here minus 140 0 minus 140 140, because 1 3 is not there, that's why we can write down 0. So this is the one particularly. So our answer is particularly, this is the final global stiffness matrix. Now up to this, if you have any query you can ask me in comment. Okay, we are just doing a revision. Next step, we already know that kq is equal to f, and if we are we are putting the value of k, q and f. we very well know that q1 is the 0 because it is a fixed support is there. That's why we are write down q1 is equal to 0. f1 and f2 is equal to 0 because f is up to end, means tensile force is up to and node number 3. That's why we cannot write down f1 and f2 is something is there. If it's in specific condition they are giving f2 force and f1 force, then we can write down, otherwise we cannot write down. Here it is not indicated, that's why we are say that f1 and f2 is equal to 0 and f3 is equal to already given 700 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. We are putting all this value in this formula. So after putting this value, we can say that as per elementary approach, 3 zeros are there. We are eliminating first row and the first column. Yellow highlighted portion is there. So it is also eliminated due to the fixed kind of things are there. So we can similarize it, we can identify it easily. 10 raised to 10 raised to 3, we are cancelling from the both sides. So this is the conclusion. As per this conclusion, first row, first column, first component, we can write down that 297 per 143 q2 minus 140 q3 is equal to, we can say it is a 0. And second formulation, minus 140 q2 plus 140 q3 is equal to 700. So this is the one formulation is there. By using this formulation, we conclude that q2 is equal to 4.455 mm. So this is the one displacement. Answer is there at displacement at q2 at second number node, and similarly we have to find out displacement at node number 3. So have you understand everything? So let's see, go ahead for the reaction. We know that reaction is always at a fixed low. So R is equal to KQ minus F. So we are directly putting our highlighted portion here, 10 raised to 3, first column, first, this is the value right now we have to, this is nothing but this is the Q1 is equal to 0, Q2 is the new value and Q3 is the new value for us. F1 is equal to, we can write down 0. So up to end we have to got reactive force at node number 1 is equal to minus 710 raised to 3. Yesterday I am saying that again. So how much it will be there? It will equal to the F. So we know that the F is equal to 700 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. So reactive, if you want, if you some mathematical problem in your steps, then you can compare it properly. Something is wrong is there, okay? If it is not 700 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, and it will be a minus sign because both forces are equal and opposite side. That's why it is a equilibrium moment, equilibrium condition of for the beam. Let's start for the final conclusive to determine the stresses. So we again say that stress is equal to E into B into Q. B is equal to 1 upon LE minus 1 1. And for element number 1, we are putting the value, and E is equal to 200 in 10 raised to 3, 1 upon L1. So it is 350 minus 1 1 as per diagram, and 0.4.455. So our answer is 2.546 10 raised to 2 Newton per mm square. And similarly we have to find out the stress number 2. So this is the particularly for the conventional method as well as potential energy method in finite element analysis. Thank you. If you have any questions or any doubt, you can WhatsApp me, you can comment me, or you can mail me as per the first page of the slide. Thank you once again.